Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Can you go hear me? Hopefully you can. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. It is 4:32 p.m. here in Arizona. Slightly breezy and 110 degrees. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I've noticed that StreamYard has done a lot, some changes here in their interface here. Uh, there's the music. Okay. So, hey Vanch, how you doing? Hope you got my message. Vanch, please don't use my channel to try to get a hold of Nancy. Please do that through privately through emails. Please, please don't use my channel. It's just I don't like that. If you would please respect that, Vanch, I would really appreciate that. Don't be using my channel to track down somebody that subscribes to my channel, please. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Vanch. Uh, I will not try to track down a woman that it appears that you're stalking her, so please don't do that. If she doesn't get a hold of you uh, by way of email or whatever, maybe she doesn't want to talk to you, so please don't do that on my channel. I hope that it's nothing bad or whatever, but please don't use my channel for that. Yeah, yeah. If she doesn't contact you directly, maybe she's avoiding you. Just please consider her privacy and respect her boundaries, Vench. Please just do that. Don't bring drama to my channel. I don't like drama here because if I get any more of that, I'm just gonna block you, and I don't want to. I consider you a friend, but if you continue to do that, I will block you, and I don't want to do that. I'm just, as a friend, please don't use my channel to track down females. Okay. Hi, Scully. Hi, Mommy Kim. How you doing? Good to see you. You hear me loud and clear, Rashad? Thank you. Bench, yeah, just leave the drama out of the channel, please. I consider that drama. If someone is avoiding you on purpose, maybe it's because I don't want to talk to you. So please respect other people's boundaries, and it's just a respectful thing to do. And if you're worried about her safety and you have enough information, have a authorities go over and do a welfare check. If you are worried about her in that manner, that's the best thing you can do. That's my advice. Okay, thank you, Vanch. I really don't like drama on my channel. I really try to avoid it. I would rather not deal with it. I don't have the time or the patience for it. Good to see you, Scully Pops. Thanks for popping in. It looks like we have someone that just came into the yard. He's going to be spraying. We have an ant problem right now. And every time the sprinkler system goes on, actually, I've stayed up till like 5 in the morning, and there's a ton of ants. Just give me a second, guys. Might have these calling me. I'll be right back. Okay, hi Lulu. Good to see you. Welcome in. Excuse me for a second, guys. I apologize. All this is happening as I'm going on. I the spray guy is here. And I have to show him a few spots where he needs to spray, and I'll be right back actually. So if you're in the chat, feel free to mingle amongst the other chatters, your friends, and I'll be right back. Just a few minutes. Just excuse me for a few minutes. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. It's just real quick. I had to run out there and show the. He actually, he sprays for bugs, but it's a very neutral spray. It doesn't harm the animals or us, as long as we're not just like putting it in our mouth. I mean, we could. It's that kind of spray, but I just had to show them real quick. There was like 4 areas. They're actually the ant problem that we're having. They're killing my borage. They're killing my some of my plants because they're just they're creating their little homes through the root systems around the plants, and it's really not good for the for my little garden there. So that's done, and thank you for your patience. Uh, let's see. Rashid says hello to Scully. Scully popped in. He said hello, Rashid. And Lulu says hello. Good to see you, Lulu, too. Good to see everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great week so far. And hopefully everybody had a great, wonderful 4th of July. We just stayed home. Nothing fancy. My hubby cooked a delicious dinner. And we watched a few fireworks, but I kind of wasn't really into it this year. It's actually, there wasn't a whole lot of fireworks around. There was a few nice ones, but not enough to like pull out the cell phone. I did get some footage of a few of them, but they weren't as grand and nice as like an actual fireworks show. So I was happy with what I saw. Hopefully everybody had a nice 4th of July. Rashid says howdy, Lulu. Lulu says, hello, Vanch. Hello, Raquel. And hi, Roland from Lulu. Let's just catch up with the chat here. Scully is doing a nice emoji with the mouth open. So, how's everybody doing? Is there anybody up to anything fun? Anything fun going on? It is hot outside. My hubby was outside, and I ordered some new ground cover for the grass, and he was out there. He went to the, I think it was Home Depot. He went to, and he purchased some big bags of what's it called? Gosh darn it! It's like soil. It's called Amend. AMEND. And we have just a small little rectangular area, just a little rectangle of a patch of grass, just real small. And he went and bought some amend to fill that, and I'm going to actually plant some clover. I'm going to plant clover there, and in the backyard, he bought a bag where I'm going to spread some more soil on the bald spots, and then I'm going to sprinkle clover in there. And I actually purchased some it's called a white Dutch clover, and back when I was in elementary school, our whole field was covered in that, and I never realized it until now. I'm looking back when I used to sit in the grass and play with the little flowers in it, and that's what this is. It's a clover that produces a small little white flower. And it's like grass. I mean, they mowed it just like grass. They used the big machines though to do the whole field, but that's what it was. It's purely clover, and it's actually softer on the feet. It's softer to sit in, and I'm gonna try that and see how that works out. You got heat wave weather? Yeah, we got extreme heat warning. It was shoot. It's the temperature's fluctuating. It's 111 now. It was 113. About 25 minutes ago, and it's fluctuating now. It's slightly breezy, and but my point was, when my hubby was out there, I told him, don't be outside too long, because you'll collapse. I mean, the body overheats, and no matter how good of a shape you're in, that heat will take you down. So I kind of was like watching him and making sure he wasn't outside too long. But yeah, this is the kind of weather that you can't be standing around and actually doing any kind of strenuous activity, and especially if you're not acclimated to it. The entire city of Phoenix is pretty much living in air conditioned other than construction workers and people who actually are out in it all the time, like landscapers. And even then, they have to take their breaks because this is not the kind of weather to mess around in. So I was just making sure that he wasn't out in it too long. I was watching him, and he came in, and he was like kind of huffing a little bit. And I just looked at him and made sure that he had he looked fine. I just told him, please don't stay out in this weather doing anything like that too long. He was doing some small little things to the fifth wheel, since I'm going to be taking it out in a couple of months. And I was just kind of worried about his health, his well-being. 87 Fahrenheit in your bedroom, no air at all. Ooh, that's warm, Lulu. Don't you have a fan? You don't have a fan or anything? Oh gosh, this is those times where those neck fans would be great for you. You got to keep your temperature cool, your body temperature, and especially for you, Lulu. I think in your area, you guys are definitely not used to that hot, that warm of a weather, right? Thank you for the like, Susanna. Good to see you. And you have humidity. So I checked out our humidity I don't know, three or four nights ago, and I think we got as high as 18%. And I thought we didn't have any, but we have misters outside. I got the humidifier going on right here that's spraying the mist out in the air. I haven't had that on for weeks, and I just turned it on today. It needed to be filled, the reservoir, but everything's so dry. Like shoot, I was scratching my head for, I don't know, 5 minutes the other night because it was like so dry. It's like, when your skin's so dry, it kind of gets itchy a little bit. You kind of itch it, but the scalp is the worst. Oh my God, I was afraid I was going to scratch it till it bled because it was so dry. Yeah, red warning for even hotter weather, 87 Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh, no air at all. And you guys don't really have AC over there, right? You guys, I didn't even see ceiling fans when I was over in Austria. The apartment buildings there, they just opened their windows, I think, but they did have fireplaces in the apartments, which were, these are, when I say apartment, I mean, this is a whole freaking, this is a huge, these aren't little like apartments here in America. These are big. These are like the bigger than our house kind of. Their apartment was bigger than our house, the level. But I didn't see any AC over there. And even when I lived up in the mountain, before I moved over here out to the city, I didn't have AC either. We had a bunch of ceiling fans and just a wood stove. So that's what definitely warmed the place. But as far as keeping it cool, I just opened up the front and back door, and since I was at a higher elevation, though, it was easier. The spot where I was at was perfect. It was right in the breasts of these peaks, the Wallapies where I used to live, and the wind. I was like right in the wind tunnel, so the breeze would just flow right through the house, the clouds, everything. So Susanna says hello. Rochelle says hello to Susanna. Drink plenty of water, cold drinks, don't drink alcohol. Yeah, I don't really drink a whole lot of alcohol. The only alcohol I drink really is the Baileys in my coffee. And that's only for, coffee is my dessert. It's not my go-to every day. You have a cool air fan, but sometimes I have to switch it off because it makes the air warmer. Oh gosh. Yeah. And they make those little portable AC units too that you can actually put water and ice in there, ice water in them. It's like a neat little reservoir, door opens. You could dump water in there and then throw ice in there and make your air cooler. But with humidity, that could just make the whole room really musty and sticky and wet and uncomfortable. And honestly, I kind of get what you mean. Especially homes here, like residents. I've lived in units where we've had swamp coolers. Usually in a like a single wide manufactured kind of, what is it, like a trailer home, whatever. Those are the worst, especially in the summer. They do more uncomfort than comfort. I think. Yeah, it is so dry. Russia, it is very dry. Sort of like a penthouse. Yeah, the apartments in another country where when I went to Austria, even in when I was in Egypt, I didn't see AC in those places. I mean, the floors were like stone. The floors were all stone, and the whole structure of the apartment, the whole building is probably brick. So it was quite cool. And when I was there, when was it? I think it was not during the summer. It was kind of cooler. It was weird because when I went outside, the atmosphere felt hot. So the sunlight was hot on the skin, but you had to wear a jacket, which was weird. I still can't understand what that weather is called, that climate. So I had to wear a jacket and pants, but the sun was hot on my skin. It was really weird. But their apartments there, I didn't see any AC. I didn't see any fireplaces either. Honestly, now that I look back at it, I think that they just probably just layer up. I don't even know if it even gets that cold over in Egypt because it was kind of cold, but I don't know if it was quite in the winter when I went. You have a small spray bottle. I spray over my face, neck, and top of. Yes, that helps a lot. My hubby has he installed some misters quite a while ago, but he always has to buy new nozzles for it. And standing in those misters while they're running outside, oh my gosh, it's like quenching the skin. As soon as you get in those, especially out here, oh my gosh, it's the best feeling. It felt like a spa on the skin. Um, that light mist on the skin. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. Oh, you put ice water in it? Yes, yes. The window ACs too. Yeah, those are good. With the hose that goes up to the window, where you can shut the window on that little square thing. I've seen those work fairly well also. Those work fairly well. You can get a cold room with those. That's probably not a bad idea. Unless you have one in your kitchen. Yeah, thank goodness we have AC. We always, thank goodness, because I wouldn't be able to live in the summer here in this place in this city without AC. It's just it's ridiculous hot. Like I said, I kept saying way before summer got here. I said Hell's Kitchen's coming, and Hell's Kitchen is here, and you definitely feel like you're walking inside of an oven. And not to be dramatic about it, but it does feel like an oven. I've already seen the fried eggs on the concrete videos. They're starting to come out. I've already seen that. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's smart to get your AC tuned up before the hot heat. And oh my gosh, you can cook. You'll cook, literally cook out here. So the reason why I'm kind of like all woo about the summer is because I haven't spent the summer here in the city yet. A whole summer. It's been years. When I first moved here, I had I think 2 years that I spent here for the summer until we found a way to go back up to where I used to live to spend summers up there. So that's when my hubby got me a small little I think it was a bumper pull kind of trailer, a little kind of. little trailer to live in, and I was using that for my summer getaways, and then we upgraded to something a little bigger. Give a smaller air fan. You put it on the floor and aim it at your feet and ankles. Does help to cool me down. Yes, the feet and the head I think are the most important parts to keep cool, because all your they say that your heat escapes out of your head, but if you can keep your head nice and cool, I think that helps too. And the feet definitely. I don't like wearing socks and shoes in this kind of weather, because when my feet get hot, it gets irritating, a little irritating, uncomfortable, not fun. Sometimes it's even just one foot. It's like I have to like take my my shoe off of one foot, and it usually can cool me down enough. I just don't like sweaty feet either. You got a 8,000 BTU AC with a hose and a 5,000 BTU AC that you actually put in the window. I use them in my shop, man. Oh, that's nice, Rochelle. Yes. That's nice, yeah. I mean, but if you're having to depend on a landlord, hopefully you have a good landlord that kind of has a little empathy and will help keep his tenants comfortable. I mean, I really hope, Lulu, that your landlord is one of those good guys. Let's see. Out of all the places I've lived in, I think I've only had one landlord that really didn't want to fix anything, but I didn't have to worry about freezing. If I froze, it was my fault. But being too hot, that was a simple opening the windows. I don't think anywhere else. See, I've lived in a little apartment, but that had AC. All the apartments had AC units. I don't think I ever had a place that was very uncomfortable. I don't think so. So what's everybody up to? Anything fun going on? So I'll be leaving Friday. I'll be going up to for a couple days. I'll be out over at the village, saying hello to them, and just spending a few days out there. So I'll probably go live from there. We'll see how the Wi-Fi is. I'll be in a cabin, and then coming back home. So yeah, if anybody is using StreamYard, there's a few changes. I haven't used StreamYard in about a week or so. So I usually go live. The last time I think I was gaming, or I'm usually on my phone with the lives, but they changed the interface a little bit. They moved around a lot of things. They changed how the music looks. It's actually all in little boxes now, and where all your videos are at, like your backgrounds and things like that, those are different. So they had everything kind of in a row up and down, but now they kind of made room and spread it all out. So they've kind of sectioned it out where it's in columns now. Everything's different. So I'm noticing that. They said they're working on some issues with streamers streaming through certain like Firefox and a few others that I read. They're having instability issues if you're streaming using those search what are those engines, web page engines or whatever. I think that's what they're called. Oh, they also have new backgrounds too, apparently. Let's see what those look like. Where are those? None under banners. Style. So I'd like to keep this gray instead. Yeah, keep that gray. So they got different fonts in there. What was I reading earlier? They had something. Oh, the overlays. They got more overlay options. So they got they got a be right back now, which is nice. They got a thank you screen and a welcome screen, and little buttons like this. Let's see. Little buttons like that. What else do they got? It's a blue one. They even have a be right back one that says that. Looks like this. Well, that's kind of cool. Hey, Scully. Thanks for popping in. So yeah, just a few new features in the StreamYard. Where are the backgrounds? I think they would be in the settings. Let's go to the backgrounds. They have like standard backgrounds. Where are those at? It's not the layouts. General. That's not it. Where are those at? It should be in the media assets. Video clips. What's this do? They got stream starting soon. Some timers. Countdowns. Okay. Those are. Oh, maybe, oh, it's here. Okay. So they got new backgrounds. So I'll just show you like this one. What else they got? 3D spirals. They're not animated though. This kind of. Oh, here's videos. Okay. So let's see. What's here's an animated one. It's kind of bright. What else they got? So they got, looks like they got 9 of them. So if you can't make your own backgrounds, and they have nine backgrounds that I've never seen before. These are animated, so they just kind of give it a nice little, you know, if you just if you're not if you don't know how to make your own, they do have standard ones that you can use. So that's kind of cool. I actually don't want to keep these in here. Let's see. So there's my copy background. Yeah, so just a few new things here in StreamYard. So I'm so happy. You know, the birds have no water out there. Birds have no water. So I've just been gaming lately. I can't really do any work in the garden unless I do it at like 4 in the morning and it's barely light then between 4 and 5, 4 and 6. And I really need to cut the grass again. I just fertilized the whole lawn. Actually fertilized everything, almost everything. Excuse me, almost everything in the backyard. And the front yard, I fertilized some of that stuff. But it was like at 4 in the morning because there's no way that I can sit out there for longer than probably 10 minutes working in the garden. So I am definitely not acclimated to this heat. And that's the last thing my hubby needs is for me to collapse out there and rack up some more medical bills. Or rack up a medical bill. So let me see. As far as like news in the area, let me see if I can find anything new. I was following the news in Texas of that flooding, and gosh, when I first heard of it, it was like 40 fatalities. Now it's over 80. And I watched some of the footage of the devastation that the water did to all the waterway through there, which was what was the name of that waterway? It was what was the name of it? It was it's like a Spanish name. Oh, not that one. Okay, so let's go. Okay. Where is it at? Let's go here. Yeah, there was a video that I seen some footage where like a whole trailer from a campground, right? It was wrapped around a tree. I mean, it was just the metal and the wheels. It was like the water like literally wrapped this thing around a tree. It was crazy. Okay, let's see if I can get into this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was a campground, a private campground where there was a bunch of children in there. God, what was the name of that? That whole waterway that goes through the kind of the southern east southeast part of Texas. There was a big waterway that dumps into the ocean. That was like the big where all the water just was. That's where the path of the water, of all that water, all that rainfall. Where was it? Gosh darn it. Okay, we got in the next door. Let's see. What was this? 2 days ago, we were issued an extreme heat warning. So Yeah, that was 2 days ago. 108 to 116 expected. Heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and without causing that, without alleviating that heat in the body, you can get a heat stroke. That's what takes you down. So it says, yeah, that was in our area. That heat warning. So yeah, that's no joke. You don't mess around with that. That's why I was like telling my hubby, please don't spend too much time outside doing extraneous things. What else do we got going on here? How long does it last? Should it last all the way till probably September, maybe mid to late September, I believe. So this is my first summer here, so in a long time. So I'll definitely be able to find out when, when it starts cooling down again. But I knew that I know it gets hot here. I just I don't usually stick around for the summer here. I'm just like, nope, I'm gone. Oh, you like the coffee? Yes. Yes. I'll probably make me some iced coffee here pretty soon. I'm just trying to hydrate here because it dehydrates me so much. I'll make me a nice coffee dessert. So yeah, I'll definitely know after this summer how long it's gonna last. But I'm thinking it lasts until mid-September, maybe to late September. I mean, we had a very mild spring here. It got pretty warm quick during the springtime. I'm like, what happened to our spring? Because it went from like, I mean, it wasn't really cold. It got down, I think the coldest it got was in the 40s. But spring came and it was like already 80s and high 80s and 90s. I'm like, what now? Now. Shoot. We just kind of skipped spring. Like our winter is pretty much our spring, is what I'm starting to see. Let's see. Nothing really new in the news other than rants and raves. I didn't see a whole lot of lost animals this year compared to the past years after 4th of July. So it was kind of nice. There's still a lot of crime. Not too. I mean, actually, there was just there's still the normal crime, I guess. Let's see. Oh gosh, someone's pool's turning really green. This happened to us, where we were trying to manage our own our pool, just by trying to add enough chlorine tablets to the darn thing. It started turning green like a lake, like a pond. We could have planted lily pads in there, and we probably could have thrown fish in it, and had like a live aquarium. As the pool. But yeah, I feel for these people. Gosh, that's like our pool. We finally had to hire a company to come out and do it. Really? Someone took the whole bucket? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, are you kidding me? So the lady that I just recently went out and got those hollyhock seeds from, she had them in a nice little white bucket. That she said, please don't take the bucket because my kids collect their insects in there, and that's it was her son's. And lo and behold, some freaking genius took the bucket. Hey Slim, how you doing? Welcome in. Slim says, "Hey Rashad, how you doing, Slim? How's everything going over in your neck of the woods?" So I'm just looking for. I haven't checked this in a while. I'm doing good, Slim. How's your weather over there? Everything doing good? Are you stupid? Oh my God. Planning to go hiking this weekend. Any recommendations? Home, stay home. I can't believe these people that want to hike in this weather. But you know what? Hopefully they don't have a heat stroke. It says definitely go up north for better weather. You know, are you freaking kidding me? They're calling it a fake bot. Such rude stuff on here. Um, yeah, I don't see a whole lot. It's so hot. You went outside. My shadow stayed in the house. Really? Oh my gosh. You love walking and hiking, but I wouldn't even attempt it in this heat. Heck no. I mean, you get people who are active, right? I get it. I get it. You want to be active, but you can be the strongest, best in shape person and go out and hike in this heat, and you're going to collapse and you're going to die. That's just reality. Okay, you're not like a superhuman being, unless I think there's probably ways around it, like those neck fans, and if you got a full body cooling suit. If you have a full body cooling suit, shoot, go hike as much as you want in 113 degrees. You got a cooling shoes, a cooling hat, a cooling shirt and pants, underwear, socks, everything. And if you don't look ridiculous out there hiking wearing all that, uh, I know that they make clothing for that helps helps wick away moisture from the skin. And I know but I mean, you really have got to be really desperate for your activity to go out in this heat, and that's just crazy. It's crazy. This is the only place that I've lived that has extreme heat like that, where you can go hiking in like 80-degree weather, and you know your limits then, but like not, anything above like 95, I not out here in the desert. It's that's crazy. That's crazy hiking. It's like for the crazies. Just fry your brain. You don't even care. I mean, unless it's in full shade, but there's not a lot of canopy out here, especially out in the desert. You're not going to be shaded by many Joshua trees or saguaros or what else grows tall. I mean, there's not a lot of canopy out there unless you're in complete canopy hiking. Oh yeah, go hike out there in 100-degree weather. At least you're going to be in the shade, and but in the straight sun, you might have a chance in the canopy in 113 degrees. It's dry in the desert, so dry. I know, Ben T. The best tea is Ben T. It is. It's dry. Let's see. Lulu says, hi, Ben T. Let's see. I'm just looking to see what else. That was 3 days ago. There was a woman found that passed away at the park. So someone stole somebody's car. Oh, someone's putting lantanas in a bouquet. Is that oleander also? Oleander and lantana in a bouquet? That's an interesting floral arrangement. Oleanders are poisonous. The lantanas have no scent, but they grow. They grow here. They're pretty. That lady's weird. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just a bunch of animals missing. Okay, that's an animal missing. Found animal. Rashad says, "Hey Betty, wait, what, what, what? There's a movie Popeye. Is there a Popeye movie out? I haven't watched a movie in a long time. Yeah, let me see. A found dog. Oh no. Here's a post from a woman. That's kind of. I am a married woman who came to the state after my marriage, but unfortunately, I have no right to work, study, find friends, nothing in this life. My English is not good, and I don't know what to do with no friends or family and a bad and irresponsible husband. I just wrote to keep myself away from the madness a little. Oh no, that's bad. I wonder what country she came from. Poor thing. That's probably scary. Let's see what the responses were to that. They're sending her to a church. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see what else. What other comments can I find? Uh, Facebook or Meetup for your fellow countrymen. Used to work as a defense lawyer in my country, but here I am. Okay, that's what her occupation was, as a defense lawyer in her country, but here I am nothing. I want a world outside of mobile phones and the internet. I want to live. I don't want to immerse myself in the virtual world. Some people just want to argue. Make the necessary changes in your life. Oh, here's an interesting comment. They're responding to the woman. Few value my work here. Everyone says the things I make are beautiful, but they want to pay me $1 an hour for it. Keep searching for that sense of belonging. Yeah, that's the problem with handmade things here. Nobody wants to pay what you want for it. Someone's offering if she's allowed to volunteer. Oh, good. Some people are reaching out to her. That's good. Oh, they're asking if she's safe. She says, for now, yes, he doesn't hurt me, but we fight a lot. I don't know the future. I'm looking for a way to find a job and study and have a normal life. Ditch the husband, look for a job like move-in nanny or housekeeper. Caregiving would be great for you if you're kind and love the elderly. Oh, they're offering to be her friend. That's nice. True crime fan, how you been? Are you staying cool? Welcome in, good to see you. Long time no see. How's everything with you and the family? She says, y'all staying cool? Yeah, Roger, that's the one. I've never seen it. Economics 101 market value. Only the Popeye movie I know of was from back in the late 70s or early 80s and starred Robin Williams. Oh my gosh, true crime fan. I was a week ago or so. I was kind of into some deep research, and you know what came up is the Zodiac killer. And what was interesting was they kind of compared him to what's his name, that Aleister Crowley guy. So they were into like some kind of witchcraft stuff, deep, heavy, dark stuff, right? And the rituals that they were into called for sacrifice, right? And apparently, these rituals that called for sacrifice would help them uh, be able to, in a kind of weird roundabout way, is ditching their body, their consciousness into a new body. And so I was like, no way, because it kind of tied the Zodiac killer into this kind of ritualistic uh, taking of people's lives, right? So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if you heard about that, if you knew about that. Um, so but yeah, this is like so, and as soon as I heard it, I thought of you. I'm like, oh my god, I really would like to tell her that because there's this guy that I was kind of following and listening to, kind of what stuff that he was saying about religion and like just different things, his studies and stuff that he's read and researched, and that the Zodiac killer was brought up, and I'm like, okay, these people who are actually doing who are actually what is it called, gosh darn it, cannibalistic things, right? After after they take people's lives, they do this cannibalism thing. That's part of the ritual. That's like all ritualistic, and I didn't even know that until, what was it? It was aside from the Zodiac killer. It was another video that I watched where it was this son that had a father, and he had children from different women, but he had quite a bit of them, and he was actually doing this. He was doing ritualistic taking of people's lives, and with the last set of kids that he had with him, there was like, I think, two sons and maybe a daughter. I know for sure two sons, but he was showing them how to do it and using like symbols and things like that, and an altar with daggers and all this stuff. And the son ended up taking out his father because the father was actually abusing the son sexually in a way that he finally got tired of it. So he took out his own father, and then he was trying to hide it, but finally did confess to doing it. But that kind of like puts you like right there, like in the mind of these people doing these ritualistic things, because they believe that it can transfer their consciousness into into another body in a way through these rituals to live longer. So yeah, what video I need to watch this because it's neat to learn. So the guy who was talking about it, his name is Nathaniel Gillis, and he was talking about it he brings up Aleister Crowley a lot because Aleister Crowley apparently was trying to live longer, and he was doing a lot of things. His name is Nathaniel Gillis, and he is on YouTube. And the video that I watched, it kind of reminded me of that stuff where you hear these serial killers doing cannibalism. I was like, that's why you hear about these sick people eating their victims. That's part of this like ritualistic stuff. Crazy. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, and it's like I wasn't expecting this guy Nathaniel to talk about it, but he actually brought it up. He brought the Zodiac killer up, and True Crime says, "Hey John, hey brother, how you doing? Good to see you." And he says, "True Crime. My wife likes crime investigation channel." Oh yeah. But see, they only cover so far. But you have to kind of like, I stumbled across it, right? I was listening to Nathaniel Gillis about his take on like religion and sigils. Like he was finding sigils in burned into like people who were thought to be possessed by something, whatever. It turned out that later in one of the videos that I was watching, I'll try to find it. Let's see if I can find it. He brought up the Zodiac killer, and it turns out that all these people, it's all the same MO, right? It's the same. They do their taking of the lives of their victims, and then they're doing weird stuff with it, right? And they're like, and then you don't hear about anything past that. You only hear that they have victims, and the dismemberment of the bodies, but you don't hear anything past that. Well, why are they doing that, and what are they doing? And that's what I caught. Is that part of that information? I was like, that's freaking crazy. But it all makes sense. I mean, if they're all trying to live longer and try to prolong their life to do this longer in a new body, oh my God, that's like, where was that movie with Denzel Washington where he sings that song, "Time is on my side"? Remember that song? They don't really talk about him much. Yeah. So right, all the ones that were doing cannibalism, I think were all part of doing those rituals. I mean, I don't know if it's like the part of us of one cult. I think there's many dozens and dozens, probably. I don't know how many there are, but there's some like subcults or from those. Um, there's people who try to start their own, and there's people who practice, and there's people who, whatever. But the ones who, like all the ones that like do that cannibalism stuff, that's part of the rituals. Because that's what I learned in that. I'll have to find it. Let's see if I can go to my. Because I must have watched probably 6 or 7 of Nathaniel's videos before I finally just had to like walk away from it for a while. Plus, he took a break, and I just watched like the last 6 or 7 of his videos. And he's told everybody he's taking a break from everything because he was getting his life started becoming in danger from what he was saying apparently. But let me see if I can go into if I could find it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting because you know what? That makes total sense. Why that's happening. Dahmer had multiple personality disorder and had an altar in his home made of a human bones. Ooh, see, I didn't know that. Seeing that's it's. I want to say that's interesting, but that's not like, oh, that's a good thing. Interesting, but that's kind of like a clue that what these people were doing kind of gives you an idea of what they were trying to accomplish with rituals. He took photos of his victims and also had them in his home, and they smelled. Yeah. This is like so people, I'm starting to believe that these victims are offerings, right? They're offerings because okay, so the video that I saw with the son, that his dad was one of those people that did that, like Dahmer. It showed clips of his journals, right? The son, and apparently by making the offerings of a human, like a sacrifice, you would be rewarded with some kind of I don't want to say wishes or gifts, but like with power, money, kind of stuff like that. Dahmer was generational occultist, evil worshiper, right? Yeah, they're all weird. Nathaniel nails it pretty good. Yeah, I some a lot of the stuff that he said. Not that I believe everything, but it makes sense because I was trying to figure out. Like I don't know how I ended up watching him from a channel that had interviewed him, but it interviews a lot of has a lot of guests with some far out stuff. But Nathaniel Gillis was like he was saying some stuff that kind of made sense to me. I only go by how I feel about it, like my internal intuition or whatever that tells me, listen to this guy for a little bit or whatever until I have enough. Then my intuition says, all right, it's time to walk away. But it does make sense because nobody talks about that, right? You kind of you have to kind of be like here, there, and here, and like researching a lot of other things, and then it comes back around to other stuff that you're like, hey, wait a minute. Because I'm not really into the Dahmer and all that stuff, not like you are, but because you are and you mentioned it, it still put that little seed in my head, like, okay, this is something maybe to pay attention to. And sure enough, it came across in one of his videos where he was pointing out the rituals of these cannibalistic murderers, right? So there's a reason why they're not doing it just because they like barbecued barbecued people. There's a whole reason that they're doing this. It's not, you don't just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm kind of craving the leg of it's just kind of gross. You know what I mean? You don't just wake up one day and just decide that you're gonna crave human flesh. It does. I don't think it works that way. I think it's all for power and money. I think Nathaniel Gillis was the one that was saying it, that money was just appearing to these people that were doing these rituals. But you're like, there's a price. There's a price you got to pay, which is the continuing of the offering, where you have to keep taking lives to continue the favors, the return favors, like money, fame, or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you're doing it for. So if you think about it, how many bad people are into this stuff and how many people go missing, how many people are missing, right? It kind of makes sense. It's just weird. He started with animals. They usually do animals first to get the feel for things, and I think they do it. Well, animals are also an offering, so I think. So in that video, I don't know if I can find it. I have to look through my history, but in the diary, or it's like it's not a grimoire, but it's like their own personal diary that they have to literally write stuff down, like when what are those called? Usually when they say if you want something, to make a board and to put all the stuff that you want and to try to bring it into your reality, right? Something like that. Well, this is the same thing with the book. And the kid had wrote down, once I do this, people will respect me more. I'll be more powerful. And it was kind of something like that. And in his diary or his log book, or whatever it is called, his father showed him exactly, as far as a human goes, where the cuts go, where how to part up the body, how to put it like a butcher does with the cow. I know how they know how to do the flank and the shank and the rib, all that, how to piece it all how to piece out the beef like that, but with the human, but not as intricate, just by limbs, really. So he had a drawing of that, So to how to do it, his dad showed him. So I was like, oh my God. That's freaking crazy. Occultists have contracts with evil entities they have to fulfill, or they become right. This is why I think they have to keep taking victims. Person, blue hand holding pencil. Are you thinking? Are you writing notes, Scully? Hey, John P, if you're still around, from Rochelle. Yeah, exactly. Are you drinking some tea? Aww, Scully's drinking tea. Guess how many politicians and famous people are in to this? Okay, so I ran across another crazy video, right? It was just one of those things where it could be true, or it could be hi babe, it could be like a conspiracy theory, right? But it had to do with a guy who was a caterer, and he delivered some food to a mansion, and so happened that Miss Oprah lived there, or was there. Anyways, fast forward through the video, he was granted access to walk through the house, a big, huge, kind of a modern home, but not for comfort, more for like I don't know, like not real parties, but like meetings and things like that. Anyways, he ended up in the back part where the kitchen is at, and there was a huge walk-in freezer. He said there was body parts hanging there, and what he was told by her was that the reason why they eat that is because that's the better kind of meat, and they don't eat the stuff that's mass produced to the people, but yet they'll eat the people. And then I was thinking, well, if you're eating the people, you idiot, what do you think they're eating? Just like vegetarians with people who eat meat, they're like, okay, you're not eating beef, but or you're what is it? What do you think they eat? They eat nothing but vegetables, whatever. But that's kind of what she said. That they don't eat the mass-produced meat. They eat the people instead, because it like puts you in a higher state of something, higher, like a euphoric state, and they think that it makes them smarter, faster, not faster, smarter, and the clarity is better. You see the world differently. A whole different way of thinking, a different mentality comes with that. And I'm like, oh my God, this is such. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it was actually like a story somebody was telling. And I'm like, oh God. But that all falls into the ritualistic crap that what these cannibals are doing with people for power. Yeah, look up Nathaniel Gillis. I'm still looking through my my history because I know it's in here. So it's a while back ago that I was watching. I was watching Nathaniel Gillis for probably a good 4 days. I was just immersed into his interviews. But you'll find like the most recent stuff and his most recent interviews, because I think does one as recent as either a month to 3 months ago. And if you go back at least 5 videos, you might want to even type in like the Zodiac Killer, the Zodiac or whatever. It might even pull up one of his videos where he mentions it, because I know he mentioned it. Dahmer's father was a pathologist. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Benti. So when you get into these rituals, you're basically you're saying, come right in, come on into my temple, right, and be my guest. And then those are the desires that need to be satiated, right? Satiated, how it's said. You're right. and it's what they like. It's not. This isn't a human trait. We don't. We weren't born. We weren't born like this. A vegetarian and Native American is word for a bad hunter. Yeah, you need to look him up. Thank you, Benti, for popping in and saying hello and being part of the discussion. Hopefully we'll see you later. But yeah, I was like, that's a whole new realm of, because you don't hear about that. So the reason why I think I put kind of two and two together is because, since I was watching Nathaniel Gillis, a whole bunch of like crime and stuff was popping into my YouTube feed, and I was like, okay, I was kind of pick and choose, and then I found one where it was the story of the son and his father, and everybody said he was a real jerk, but they also said he was kind of autistic, but he knew how to do all this stuff, right? And then he used to travel a lot and disappear for 2 and 3 months at a time. And he's like, he got used to his father not really being there for a while. And, he had like 3 different ex-wives, and they all said he was a jerk. He was always a jerk. But, and then they all said he would disappear for 2 and 3 months at a time. Well, he was going down, he had a cabin somewhere, and he was doing all this stuff there, and then introducing it to his latest sons, and trying to get them to follow in his footsteps. But literally, eventually these rituals lead to transferring the consciousness to a new body. And I haven't heard of anyone doing it successfully, but I don't think you will. Or, I don't even know. I think that's maybe a promise, a false promise offered to do the dirty of these things, these whatever. John P says, "Hi, Rashad." So yeah, that was something I was kind of like, oh, this is, huh?
Is Tiger India?
No.
Okay,
I couldn't find him. So yeah, that was kind of interesting when you hear about all the missing people, and when you hear about altars being built, because this was Nathaniel Gillis's big concern was be careful who you're worshiping. Anything asking you to build an altar for it is eventually going to be is basically someone tricking you, right? Something tricking you, especially if they're asking for sacrifice. Look what the Aztecs did, and I think those people were tricked. They were promised a lot of things in order to get, and maybe they were given these things, especially if they were doing what they were, they were told to do. That who knows what else was going on within those cultures, the Mayans, the Aztecs. So if you look back at it, why were they doing sacrificial things at the top of a pyramid, and the blood, the blood and the heart and all that? This I always thought before I learned all this information, I always thought this is not the human way. I don't believe this is a human trait that we carry. I don't think we're just like born and let's I feel like having human art today. That's not something that we're into. So there was probably a lot more going on back then that's not talked about. So what was these things? These things, whatever they are, have been around since a long time, but they're just carrying a different mask, so that they have the illusion of being a god in this one era, tricking the people to do all their dirty work. And once they they go through all those people that die off, do they take on a new body with a new mask, right, in the form of the next generation of people, what they believe in, what they're led to believe in, and it could be as easy as just appearing to them in a way that they're like, oh my God, this is must be a god. Okay, well, what can I do to please this god? All it takes is for one to show one little something, a trick, a trick, and then boom, you're gonna worship it and start doing whatever it asks you to do. I think that's what's going on. Kind of crazy. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm gonna look through my history here. I have to scroll way down. I don't even know if you're still in here, but if I do find it, I think I have your email address. I think I'll email you the link where he mentions the zodiac. I have no, I don't really know a whole lot about the zodiac. I think I watched the movie, but I never really got into this kind of stuff. But it actually all ties into what it kind of explains why they do all this stuff. And I was like, why do these sickos do this? Now I know. Now I have an idea. I mean, there's no proof. I mean, but all the signs are there. So let's see. Yeah, that's way back. Okay. So there was also another man named David Stone that disappeared into the desert, and he also was approached apparently by a cult that led him out into the desert to his demise, where he fasted out there and literally just laid down and thought that he was going to be given a new life, and it didn't work. So he was definitely tricked. I think he was tricked into being their sacrifice. And actually, where they found his body, uh, uh, around the time when he went missing, the area where they found his body, it was not there. And then I think it was a good while after. I don't know if it was years or months. His body, his bones just appeared in an area that was searched. So also cult related. Some kind of the guy was like a stockbroker or something. Got into this weird stuff with this cult out of Sedona. Pretty sure it was Sedona. See, I have to go way back. Then I ran across stuff, Billy Carson stuff about him and his the Emerald tablets all being false. Or is it the tablets of Thoth or the Emerald? It's one of those. Because I actually researched that a while back ago. Let's see. God, I'm still having to go far, far back. Kenny Beach and the V Cave. Who is that, brother? Is that another researcher? Okay. Here we go. Here's where they're all at. Okay, what is the phenomenon? Okay, it's called the Anomaly Project. How the Nephilim are being made. Okay. Where was it at? I don't think I watched more than like 6, 7 videos. Beyond the Outer Realm. Okay. Okay. Alien Abduction, the Occult Connection, the Masked Archetype, and Sigils on the Skin. He talks about those sigils a lot. Vanished. Oh, Kenny Beach and oh, he disappeared. Yeah. So see, if these rituals are happening and people are disappearing or just going missing, that might be what's going on. Because I know that a lot of people look into like the missing files and all that, but they never go beyond like the possibility of why they went missing. What were they into? What were they reading? Or were they just a victim of a sacrifice? Or were they actually looking into a cult, and a cult pulled them in, and then they tried to leave, and then that was their demise, right? So a lot of that stuff doesn't have a full circle. It's just it's like a half circle and runs into like a dead end kind of thing. And you're just kind of like, oh, well, they went missing. But you have to find other resources that kind of, like I ran into the Zodiac, just listening to Nathaniel Gillis, not even thinking that he would bring up the Zodiac and make some points about it, about his lifestyle. So that could be one thing that's vanishing people, is that's why it's probably never talked about. So let me see. I think that's when I first started watching. I don't know if True Crime is still here. She may have left. But she's probably on his channel looking, because if you go to Nathaniel Gillis's channel, he doesn't have a whole lot in there, but he does have a playlist. And in his playlist, he has all of his videos, all of his interviews there. And I just started from the first one, and I got I don't know, I may have watched about at least 10 of them. But in one of those, he does mention the Zodiac Killer. And I was like, holy moly. This is a whole new, different way to approach to looking at crime that's happening, especially with cannibalism and dismemberment of bodies. And it's even in, I've even heard it in some of these videos in regards to like the mafia, where some of the members of them have this weird liking of doing the dismemberment of bodies. And you're kind of thinking, where does this come from? Like, is this a mental illness? But I think it's all like the worshiping of these things, whatever they're doing for power, and sacrificing people, humans. And the dismemberment may be for eating. I don't know. That's or disposing, I guess, huh? That's just it makes you sick to your stomach a little bit, and I apologize that I'm bringing it up, but I just wanted to tell True Crime about that, because that's what she's into. Hey, Cockroach, how you doing? Yeah, the disposing. That's some great coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna make me some coffee. Yeah, the videos. Yeah, and you can discern for yourself whether you actually want to, listen to what he has to say. But I was looking into some stuff. I actually wasn't even looking at Nathaniel Gillis's I was following this one channel because it had this guy on there that he said that he was raised by an occult family. So I was like, okay, let's hear what he's got to say because I want to see. I want to take a peek into this type of lifestyle and to hear what he's got to say. And that interview, that interview led me to Nathaniel Gillis from that same channel. So he interviewed one guy, and then he interviewed Nathaniel in a different show. And I was like, oh gosh! So I really got it piqued my interest watching that guest, right? So that's all the stuff that I learned, and then I kind of dove a little deeper into his channel, into what he had to say. You're good? Oh, that's good. I'm doing good too. It's just really hot here. It's 110 degrees outside, and I want to do some yard work, but I just can't do that. It's so uncomfortable. Don't unfriend her. Who True Crime? No, why would I do that? I just wanted to let her, because that's what she likes to do, and people, they got a passion for something. I wanted to let her know, because she said, she didn't know that, she didn't hear about that. But yeah, because you don't you ever wonder why people do the things they do, especially these kind of dark things? Well, it's dark. That's exactly what it is. It's dark. What's that? Hot? Yeah, the temperature. It's hot. My lips are drying as I'm sitting here. I can feel it. I can feel my moisture wicking away from my body into the atmosphere. Give it back. I need that moisture. I've been drinking a lot of water too. So yeah, that was kind of the stuff that I learned, and it's stuff that I probably would never ever research either, the occult and all that. But it kind of makes sense if you look at all the missing people and how they're found. You could pretty much put two and two together. You're joking. How you doing, John P? How's the weather over there? I'm sure it's really late at night for you. Yeah, and then I started listening to somebody else with as far as different takes on religion and things like that. And then that I've been playing a lot of my Hitman game, which is nerve-wracking because I'm not really that good at. I'm getting a little better at it, where it's worthy of going live with and not boring the heck out of people. Where I actually can go through a mission without taking 7 hours. Oh, Vance is having some coffee. Enjoy your coffee, Vance. It's hot where you're at, John P. Oh my God, last night. So like I went to bed late as usual, but I think it was like at 1 a.m. It was in the 90s. So I haven't experienced that in quite some time. So now I'll post it later on tonight. I'll put it in the community, a picture of the temperature, and we'll see how hot it is still at 1 in the morning to 3 in the morning. But this is perfect pool weather. Hi, Doodle. How you doing? Good to see you. Tomorrow going down a bit. Yeah. It was 94 there today. Oh, I bet that's hot for me. You got moisture too, though, don't you, Jumpy? Brother? You got moisture. How's the weather over in your place, El Doodle? Thank you for the love and thanks for popping in. Good to see you guys. Smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. So, gosh, it looks nice to go outside right now. It looks nice, but it's 110. I want to go. I want to go cut the grass. I want to cut the grass. I need to pull out some plants that the ants killed. They just sprayed it, so I probably shouldn't be out in the yard right now. Not for another couple hours at least. I'll definitely wear gloves, but it looks really nice through the window. It looks sunny and nice and beautiful till you go out there and you're just like, ah, your face sucks in and you start shriveling like a prune. Oh my gosh. Oh my, yes, that's hot. The pool is probably 80 degrees. The pool, I bet, feels like bathwater. It feels wonderful. But the whole yard is in the shade now, so it's nice. So just put on a neck cooler on out there and put it over my head. In the 90s you stay in? See? That's hot, huh? That's hot for you. 90s is warm here, but it's better than 113. Yeah, shoot, I didn't even think when I went to go get my seeds the other day. I left my phone in the holder. Like, it was like a holder like this, right? But it mounts to the dash of the car. I left it in the car, and I didn't think I was going to stay there that long. I just thought I was going to go and pick up seeds and say thank you and bye, and then, but heck no. When you get me around a person who likes to garden, shoot, we ended up talking for 2 hours, and my phone was in the car. And by the time I got to it, I mean, it was real hot. And I tried to go live, like, as soon as I tried to leave there, and it said, shutting down applications. The phone is overheating. I'm like, oh no. I almost melted my phone in the car. I didn't leave the car on. I didn't leave the AC on. The other gal that came to pick up seeds, she left her car on with her AC running. I mean, I was like, I didn't think I'd be out there that long. This is the state in the summer where you literally have to put on oven mittens when you're cooking from your oven. You open it and you put on those mittens to grab the pan out. You have to use those to drive. If you're parked outside and you get in your car, your steering wheel is going to be boiling hot. So you got to wear those to drive your car. Until the AC cools everything down. You're what? You're throw some ice in the pool? No, I don't mind the 80-degree temperature. It's fine. I actually don't mind that at all. It feels like a spa. So it feels good. Your phone overheated 3 times in 90 degrees? Yeah, my phone, if I took it outside right now, I really wanted to show you guys these freaking palm trees that are growing on top of the concrete in like this much dirt. And if I could probably go out there for a couple minutes and show you guys, because I noticed it when I went out at 4 in the morning to check the sprinklers, make sure, because the cat likes to walk through all the plants, and his tail will like rip one of
Here's the
the.
forecast for tomorrow in Phoenix. Look for high temperatures with a high of 118 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 92 degrees.
Are you kidding me?
There's an extreme heat watch in effect on Wednesday, July 9th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
118 tomorrow, guys. Okay, so I was out at 4 in the morning and I was watching, fixing the sprinklers, you know, the little sprinkler heads. And I took a peek behind some of the planters. I don't know what are these seeds doing? Are they freaking hopping up out of the rocks and then like hopping over to the wall? These are like magic seeds. I don't know, calling them magic. This crazy phenomenon. But the seeds were all lined up against the brick wall below unless they're all falling out of the planters, but all this was new dirt. How are the palm tree seeds ending up in this new dirt? I don't know how this is happening. But they're actually all over the lawn. I don't know how they're getting there because the tree's over there and the lawn's over here. And there's like thousands of them in the grass. So as long as they get into a little soil, boom, they start growing. Anyways, over by the wall, there's like this much dirt. Like this much. Like literally it's not even soil. It's from dust and wind, right? That has accumulated. Because usually when I water the area down, I throw everything towards the wall and then try to shoot it back all into the rocks. Well, I noticed like there's more than like probably 20 little plants, palm trees growing out of that little dirt. I wanted to take the phone outside and show you guys. Maybe I could do that. Let me see if I can do that. That's just crazy. Let me see. I might be able to do that. And show you guys, take you guys outside with my phone. Oh my god, it's getting hotter. It's 112 now. Okay, so StreamYard. Let's get into StreamYard. Okay. StreamYard login. I just sent Mike some seeds, some more seeds. Yeah, they do. They grow everywhere, huh? It's crazy. I did send him some, Rochette. Do you hear seeds fall into the ground? No. I don't even know how they're getting there. I don't know how they're doing this. Okay, so I'm gonna go live from my phone. I'm gonna take my phone, so I'm gonna go outside. And I'm gonna show you with my phone how these things are freaking growing on top of the concrete. I was like, what the heck? Okay, let me see. Hang on. Probably gonna break up a little bit. Mute that. Okay. Okay, I'm still live, babe. I'm just gonna show everybody the palm trees growing. Let's back to the studio. You guys see all those seeds? My headphones cut out, so I'm using the... So I don't know how they're all accumulating along this wall. They're just... All those are palm tree seeds in there. All those little things, and they're freaking growing out of very little, very little soil. Crazy. Oh, so, yeah, that's the yard. And there's the temperature. So yeah, that's the those are the palm trees growing. All right, can you guys hear me? Yes, I did. Did you see all the seeds there by the wall? Crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, my headphones cut out while I was out there. I need to make some more iced coffee videos. I think I'll work on that later. Yes, I don't even know how all those seeds are getting there. So I don't see any of there's actually dates forming on the tree right now, some small dates, and those are the seeds that that I would plant, right? But these little darker ones are also part of the palm tree, because I mean that's what they are. You can see clearly the seeds and then all the sprouts. And they're growing in this freaking hot heat. Crazy. Right on the concrete. And just a tiny bit of dust. There's not even soil there. I mean, if there is soil there, it's probably draining out from the pots when they get watered. But it's very minimal. Very minimal. So I thought that's crazy. I just saw that there's a ton of palm trees growing right there. There's dozens. I wanted to get in there and remove them all. It's so freaking hot out there. It's really nice. My hubby has the misters on in the patio. Oh my God, that reminds me of a friend of ours. I call him my brother too. He used to have a place out here near us, about 45 minutes away. Excuse me. He had some misters installed all around his house, so up the side of his house and his backyard. It didn't have a big backyard, really small backyard, but in a nice area. And he had a beautiful view of this mountain with really pretty round stones, big round boulders. Anyways, He had a company come out and install some misters, and they installed it along the house and up the side of his house, the walkway, and then it was like a seven, like the number seven, right? His yard would have been the top part of the seven, and then the up and down shape would have been the side of his yard. Well, these misters, he turned them on. It misted up the whole yard. We couldn't even find each other. He turned it in the matter of 3 minutes. He turned his whole backyard into a tropical jungle. We were laughing. I was laughing so hard because I'm like, I think you a little overdid it with the misters. But they ran the pipe, the mister piping all the way around his house, and put a whole bunch of mister heads in there, and it was all metal. I don't know if it was brass or copper. I can't remember. I know they were metal. But it literally put out so much mist that it covered the air in front of us, and we were drenched. I was like, this feels great. But I mean, my hair was all wet and dripping. I mean, there was so much mist we couldn't even see each other standing, about 10, 12 feet away from each other. There was so much mist in the air, and I was laughing so hard because he literally was changing the ecosystem right out of his backyard. I was laughing so hard. It was funny. But yeah, I was like, God, if we had that kind of mister system here. I mean, it wasn't cheap either. That cost a pretty penny to install, but that was so funny. I couldn't stop. I've never seen that much mist ever. That was so funny. Oh my God, that was funny. I wish I would have got video of it. So yeah, I don't know if the seeds have come yet. I really want to go plant those seeds. I'm gonna have to go outside in the garden. I'm gonna have to, because I want to put those in the ground, or at least spread out the soil, and then maybe spread them out there maybe at 4 in the morning. I think the birds need water. Shoot, I should have done that when I was out there. Let's see. So I ordered a bunch of those clover seeds. They're already delivered. Oh, I better go get them. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go see. I'll be right back. Yeah, let's go get them. They're not very expensive either. I think I paid for I don't know how many thousands of seeds, like under $5. There they are. Thanks, baby. All right. Let's see. Unpackaging seeds. Oh, they sent me flower seeds. Or is it does it say flower seeds? Oh yeah, those are flower seeds. Right? I thought that was a bonus. Sometimes these companies send extra seeds. Okay, so this is what they look like. So I gotta get these kind of things. I gotta get packages like this. Okay, anyways, what, which ones are these? It doesn't say. Oh yeah, it does. So these are the white clover. These are white clover seeds. So I think I ordered 3,000 of them. I think there's 1,000. Should be 1,000 in each of these packets. And then I ordered the same kind of some more clover, but the red ones, because there's a red clover also. Crimson. Ooh. So these are the red clover here. They say red clover in the back, right there. So I'm gonna actually sprinkle these in with the white ones to give it a nice nice color, or I might do it. I might just be artsy with it and do it around like the border, and give it like a red border, or do like a design, or I don't know, just something. Okay, so break the area that would be planted and remove any debris. Okay, for fall planting. So past spring. Okay, let's actually. So this is like a natural lawn. This isn't, and I'm basically going to put this stuff in the areas that there's no grass growing, and do it like that, and then hopefully it'll spread. Because I want this I want the little area of our backyard to have something nice, at least with little flowers in it. Would be cool too. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll. We got the soil for that. Thank you, Cockroach, for the like. Thank you very much. I wonder what these look like. The red clovers look pretty big. But yeah, when I was in elementary school, our whole field was with this stuff. We didn't have grass field. It was clovers. Oh, they're pretty small. See how small they are? I mean, you guys, I should probably make this bigger. Sorry. Look at how small they are. Tiny. Tiny little things. But that's okay, because that's plenty. That's plenty for what I'm going to use it for. I don't have extras. I could grow alfalfa on the wall if I wanted to. Oh my God, I've seen walls where you can have a live wall. I would really love to do that on this wall. It's so freaking hot right there. I'm trying to cool down the yard for these summers. These are the white clovers, and they're similar to. Oh, this one has air in it. They're similar to the red ones. Let me see what these look like. So these have an actual. When I was purchasing them, it said that they're coated in this coating to help keep them moist and to protect the seed, and to kind of guarantee that it germinates, right? A little help with the seed. I forgot what that word is called. Nitro coat. It's a nitro coating. It's inoculated with a water absorbent coating. That's what it is. That's why I couldn't remember that. The inoculated. That's a ton. I mean, I paid for what I paid for one of these. I got 3 of these. I got a little less of the white clovers, and I got more of the red. But that's okay, because I'm excited to. I might even just do the front yard. It's a small little patch of grass. I might do all that with the red. think that would be so pretty. We'd have some color in the yard. And then the backyard will have all the white little flowers when they do bloom. They're a perennial, so it'll be green the whole time, but the flowers come up, I think, twice a year. So that'd be pretty. That would be pretty. I'm excited. Rashid says, "Hey, Arturo." So yeah, that's what I want to do in the yard. I don't know if I can. I can't plant them right now. I don't know if I can plant them. I mean, it's warm enough for the seeds to germinate, as long as I keep the soil moist. And they're not in full sun all day long, so they actually have time to not get baked. They won't be getting baked all day long in the sun. I'll have to see what it says as far as when to sow them. It says they're easy to grow. I always like to experiment with planting, because, like the hollyhocks, the woman who I got the hollyhocks from, the seeds, she had little seedlings already started, and she said to plant them probably like after the fall. But I'm like, but they're growing now in this heat. She goes, I know, huh? They are growing. I'm like, maybe I could plant some now. She goes, you could try. So that's why I like to experiment. So I think I'm gonna do a little patch. I'm gonna spread some soil out, and then sprinkle these in there, and keep it do a small patch in this heat. And if that works, then you bet I'm gonna freaking do the rest. I'm gonna do the rest for sure, because you don't know until you try. I mean, you do it. You could follow the instructions, but I just found out that our zones changed too. And you have a planting zone, and Arizona was in a 9. I think a 9. I don't know if it was A or B. I think it was B. If it was A and B, apparently. Arizona changed its planting zone to 10, which is a more tropical zone. And I'm thinking, what? I have to actually look into that too, because I'm not sure how the specifics of that, but I will look. I'm going to look into it, because since I moved here, this is how I know how to when to plant stuff, is by the zones. So we were in zone 9. But I'll show you. This is what the clovers look like. So you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. What I just got. So this is what they look like. This is a natural ground cover, like a grass. So this is what we had in our elementary school growing up in the field. This is what was growing. And we used to grab those little flowers and get as long as we could from the stem, and cut them as far down from at the bottom of the stem. And then we would use our fingernail and pierce the stem, a little piercing.
Your food is ready in 10 minutes.
Okay. So we got 10 more minutes, guys, until I'm going to shut her down. But anyways, we would pierce the stem with our fingernail and make a hole in it. And then we would get another stem with the flower, and then we'd slide that through. And then we would do that through another stem and pierce the stem and slide another stem, another flower in, until it got big enough to do a crown. And we would put the crown on our heads in elementary school. We would sit out in the field and do this. So this is why I want to get these. It's just it's like a old, it's like bringing back old memories, childhood memories. So nice fun memories. So that was, to me, was something fun to do. So yeah, that's why I'm buying these. That's why I did buy them. That's why I'm gonna plant them in the yard. just for those kind of memories. Just really neat. But this is what they look like. This is called a white Dutch clover. White clovers. And they're used in pastures. So, and I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't see that until I went over to that lady's house. Really nice lady that gave me the hollyhock seeds. And this is what she had growing on the side of her house. And I'm like, what is that? I remember that plant. She said, those are white clovers. I'm like, oh my gosh. If they grow here, I'm growing them in my yard. So that's why I got these. Just something exciting. And I believe the seeds also. There was another trick we used to do with the seeds, because I believe this is the clover, because it was in the same field. But they release from the flower, or when they're going to seed, it looks like a closed umbrella. So if you can imagine a closed umbrella where it goes wide to a narrow tip, that's what the seed pods look like. And inside of those are the seeds. But we used to grab those, me back then not knowing that they were the seed pods. I just thought it was a feature of the plant, you know, being that young, not worrying about all the intricacies of this plant, the details. Anyways, I would grab 2 of those seed pods, and you do the same thing. You with your fingernail, you would pierce the stem, and then put one inside the other, and then you could do this and make scissors out of the seed pods, and it would give you like a natural scissor. And I used to go and sit in the field, and after doing the crowns, I'd make the little scissors with those seed pods, because they were shaped like an umbrella, right? They were thick at the bottom, and then they went out to a real pointy tip. And so I would make scissors with them also. So that was a really fond memory that I had of the field, with these things growing in there. Just really cute, really neat. Hi, Dodo. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna. My hubby is almost finished preparing dinner for us. So as soon as it's ready, I'm gonna shut this live down, and I do want to do some gaming maybe later, and maybe do some more Hitman. I'm looking into maybe a new game, but I actually stumbled across someone that found a pirate ship game, like a pirate game, and you could actually build your own pirate ship. You could build your own little village, but it's a lot like it's adventure, exploration, and battle. It's kind of cool, and I'm looking into that. I think it's called Crosswinds, the game. So if I get bored with the Hitman, I might look into playing that, because that actually looked kind of exciting. I watched this kid play this for maybe an hour today, a little over an hour, and it looked interesting. So you're a pirate, and you start with a small little ship, and you sail around, and you can have battles on the ship with your cannons. But the way it's structured is like you're not looking at yourself from above, doing everything like Gauntlet or a lot of the games. You're actually in the game running at that viewpoint, where you're like you're at ground level looking at everything, not too much above yourself. There is some of that also, but you're like right at ground level, doing your exploration and things. So actually they're kind of interesting. It's called Crosswinds. So I'm going to look into that and see if that's available. But that's a pirate, and you could gather materials and make your clothing stronger, make stronger knives for battle, and you have little guns. So you have a knife in one hand and a little short shooter in your other hand, and you can trade off by slashing with the sword, or taking a shot with your little gun, or you could make it a bigger gun. But it's all one of those load guns where you load the gunpowder and the pellets in there. It's that style, right? So you have to load your gun, take your shot, and then load it again. It's kind of cool. What are those called? Musket loader or something like that. I can't remember. But it also has those little pirate gun too. That's like curved with all wood. And I've seen one of those when I was a kid. That was kind of cool. But I do kind of like the pirate game. It's called Crosswinds. I might look into that if I get bored with Hitman. I'm just trying to get better at the Hitman game, but I have to play a lot more. So I've been playing it, but offline, not on YouTube. I've been playing in Twitch though, so if you guys want to see me play, just look for. I think it's I'm under Silverleaf77 with 2 S's in Twitch when I do my gaming. So I think it's dinner. Dinner's almost ready. I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. But these are the white clovers that I'm gonna be experimenting and putting in the bald spots of the backyard lawn, and hopefully take over the whole lawn eventually with this stuff because I think it'd be beautiful. It'd be softer on the feet. I think the cat would love it also, and I would definitely love to sit in this and do my little flower crowns again. Like I did when I was a kid. So whoever's still in here, thank you for coming in. Thank you, Rashad, for hanging out, and push that like button, and I will see you all soon. Maybe with a session of Hitman. Hopefully, we'll see how I feel after dinner. I want to go out there and spread some dirt though in the ground. And wishing you all a great week, and thanks for coming in. And we'll see you all soon. Let's see, stop that. Yeah, StreamYard definitely changed some things around, guys, so be prepared for that. Alright, we'll see you guys later. I'm trying to find my darn where the extra is at. Everything's different now. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Welcome to the Susie B channel.